Welcome back to my channel. My name is Alex, and here we embrace all quiet moments and cozy corners. And what does that mean necessarily? It means a lot. So for me, I do love my cross stitching, I love my reading, I love my little tea time, and I love being at home. Other times, I love being out and about, exploring new things, and nurturing my new hobbies, which are a plethora, as you'll learn over the course of my vlogs. But it's been a while. I promise I am still trying to work on a set schedule, um, as I am not a full-time content creator, as this is just really a means for me to express my art, express myself, to connect with other people. I'm really being kind of going with the flow with my posting schedule and with the way life allows me to. Life does get busy. So that's kind of been the reason why I didn't post last week, but that's okay because I'm posting this week. And that's what I'm going to tell myself. As long as I continue to post and create, I'm doing a good job and I am putting back into myself. So that's all that matters. But without further ado, welcome back to another weekly wrap up. It's been a while, obviously. I think about 3 weeks. That's okay. But a lot has happened, and so a majority of this vlog is going to be about that, of course. And the biggest hits, I guess, for me, uh, in my pursuit of decolonizing my spirituality and my mindset and learning more about Indigenous practices, both spiritual and just communal, I have recently started documenting sort of my spiritual intentions in this journal that I came across from a mexica fire carrier, Cihua Mazatl, and you'll see clips of that. So definitely working on decolonizing my spirituality, so that'll be in my vlog, as well as studying. And studying what exactly? Well, I have been taking Spanish lessons. So, hey, hopefully not a no sabo kid for longer. Woo! But something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and I'm so happy that I'm doing it. I am doing it through preply.com, which is amazing. I love the interface of the website. I think it's easy to navigate and to help you filter down the type of professor, tutor you want. And it's all pretty clear with the pricing subscription wise. So you'll see clips of me there studying. And another big hitter of this vlog is me attending the San Antonio Lowrider Super Show with my mom and my youngest sister. It has been a tradition of ours, a new tradition, to say, I think this was our 4th year attending. Yeah, a new tradition of ours to go and check it out. Fun fact, I don't know how to drive. I know, crazy. I'm only 27, but that's okay. I love lowriders. Uh, we'll get there, I promise. I mean, I will get there. But yeah, I attended the San Antonio Lowrider Super Show, and I love attending any lowrider events, exhibits, and so forth. I think it's, again, a huge community within inside the Latino, the Chicano community, and I'm really just trying to explore it all. Uh, yeah, and there's so much beauty, so much work that's put into, these cars, both by, the individuals, or the car groups specifically, or, you know, um, like there's just so much time and work and ultimately the love that you feel and the admiration that you can see like within the car in all of its details, from the paint to the chrome to, just the artwork that's actually like airbrushed onto some of these cars, the quality in which the owners have gone to really keep up with maintaining the cars, just like overall built. Some of these cars, are from the 40s to 50s and the 60s. And, it's hard to keep up with, material like that. So just going and really appreciating again the work, the art, the effort that these individuals, that these groups really put behind their cars, and feeling that love and feeling that sense of community, just being there among other people who do appreciate the art and who do want to build those connections. Yeah, it's another big segment in this vlog. And those are really the big heavy hitters that I've experienced, these past couple of weeks. Aside from that, I've just been cooking. I've just been trying to be at mind and be at ease and trying to put back into some of my hobbies. Like I said in the beginning, I have a plethora of them. And sometimes when you are interested in a good number of things, you kind of get caught up in wanting to learn this, wanting to learn that, and not going back to a hobby. So, for example, I definitely need to make some headway with my cross stitching. That was in one of my first vlogs. I am making a good bit of a headway. Sorry, I'm like looking at it and I'm like, Alex, I'm going to get there. And once I'm finished, I'm definitely going to show you the full little cross stitch set. Excuse me. That I bought back in January. I am kind of almost done. Yeah. It's just, it's new for me. So there's a lot of oopsies, but that's okay. It's part of the learning process and it's part of just having fun of it all. Another one of my hobbies that I do want to keep up to date, to keep y'all up to date on, is my reading log. I know my last vlog, I recommended a couple of books that follow along the line of my goal of really decolonizing my mind, my spirituality, and educating myself more on the Latino, Chicano, just, Tejano history and so forth. So I'm making headway there, but I want to make a little bit more headway before I really include like any wrap-ups or summaries of the books that I'm reading. So I definitely look forward to sharing all of that with you. But without further ado, yes, let's get on with the vlog, and thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned. Bye.
Hi everyone. So something new that I'm doing and something that I've wanted to do for a while is take Spanish lessons. I know sounds good, as I explained in my last vlog, and something that I've always wanted to do is learn Spanish. And I have finally, started that journey. I actually have taken 2 lessons now through Preply, and I really like the website because you get to pick your professor, of course, but also you get to really narrow down the regional type of language you're trying to learn. So for me, I filtered my professors who are native Spanish speakers of Mexico. Again, just due to the proximity, as I am from South Texas, so that regional form of Spanish would probably be more useful for my day-to-day life and as well as for my career. I work in the legal field as a paralegal, and I think it would be a great opportunity not only for myself to reconnect with my culture, but also to build connections with clients in my office. As when Spanish speakers do call or they do come, to my office, I usually have to either transfer or bring in one of our colleagues, one of my colleagues who does speak Spanish. And I really want to be able to contribute to the team that much more in that way. So this is just going to be a little vlog of me studying a little bit, which is so weird. It's been a while since I've been in school. I graduated, oh my gosh, I graduated in the fall of 2023 from my master's program from the University of Arizona. So being in this setting again of studying is not new to me, but it feels new in a sense, because I'm not earning a degree. I'm earning something I feel like so much more powerful, which is the privilege of speaking a different language. So come with me on my journey. This is my little notebook. I bought it. Where did I buy it? TJ Maxx. Home Goods. I bought her at Home Goods. So cute, isn't it? A little bow. Same thing on the back. But I'm just gonna work on a couple of lesson plans that my tutor sent over and then review the notes that I took from my first lesson yesterday and my second lesson, which was today. Because I really want to commit to learning the language as well as the time and the money that I'm dedicating towards it. It's coming out of pocket, which is absolutely fine with me. I mean, this is something that I've wanted to do for a while again, and for me, it's more well than worth it. It was more than worth it for what I'm spending. Come with me as I study a little bit.
it's Alex again. I wanted to show y'all something that I just got in the mail yesterday, actually. That, yeah, I wanted to mention in my blog because it's part of my journey of decolonizing my mind and learning more about traditional spiritual pathways, journeys, and knowledge. And so, one moment, please. So, I recently came across Cihua Mazatl. So Cihua Mazatl, Mazalt, Mazatl, on Instagram, who is a Yome artist, author, and fire carrier in the Michalio tradition. And she focuses on blending her arts based research to bridge the gap between contemporary spiritual practices and traditional indigenous practices that tied back to the mexica, for example. And she recently released a 2025-2026 Tonalwapali calendar here, and I ordered it. And I'm so excited to use it, to follow along, and to, I guess, utilize it again as a way on my journey of decolonizing my mind. So just to show you a little bit, yeah, I'm so happy, I'm so excited, and I'm really glad I was able to snag one before the rest of her orders. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry, I did not mean to hit the mic right there either. Sorry, cough. Oh, coughing fit. Um, but I'm really fortunate that I was able to grab one of her physical copies before the rest of her orders were sent over to San Diego at a storefront. I can't remember where she said the rest of the physical copies are going to be available. Um, I will find that for y'all though. But yeah, I'm so excited. It is a beautiful book. Obviously, starting off with the agenda and really understanding, not only just understanding, but giving a little bit of background on the tonal Tonalwalpoli and the Xualpoli, which are the two calendars. The Tonalwalpoli is most commonly known as the Mexica, the Aztec sacred calendar, the lunar calendar. Um, so, in the Xualpoli, it's just the regular 365 solar calendar day. Uh, yeah, and I'm just so excited again to continue learning. What I find really interesting, of course, is not only like the in-depth description of what Cihua Mazatl has like put towards building this journal, building this calendar, but the intention as well and the correlation. So this specific journal follows the Arturo Mesa correlation, sourced from Puebla, Taxicala, Veracruz, which is something that I did not know. So like again, I'm already learning, which is great. Um, And yeah, and then it also provides like navigating the agenda, exactly like how it's broken down. Let's see. So, how it's broken down into the monthly, the weekly, the seasonal, and the Neptonti reflection, which the Neptonti, I believe, out of the Shiwalpoli are the 5 extra days, like within the cycle. I'll continue to vlog about this and explain more. So, again, as I'm learning myself. So yeah, and then after that, the credits and acknowledgement. Cihua Mazatl drew, I believe, all of the artwork in her journal that she produced, which I think is amazing, and I think allows her to have that much more of a connection with each and every single journal out there. Not only just like the people who are buying it, but those just wanting to reconnect with the art, with the relative spiritualness of it all. And then there are keys for really understanding it, because for someone like myself, who again is just learning, who is not familiar with the material, it has helped me so much already. Just like really break it down, the calendar year itself into cycles, which is something again like we don't really know about. Like we definitely were not taught, so it's amazing to like have that and helping me at least see time as cyclical, as opposed to this one long linear scary thing. So yeah, and yeah, just back to that, the beautiful keys just showing you, excuse me, some of her artwork. So the tonales and the trecenas. So yeah. Mm. And the tonales, from my understanding, are not the gods specifically within the Mexica pantheon, within Mexica anthropology, folklore, spirituality, but they are the animals, spirits, and deities that are sort of assigned assigned to a day, assigned to the day. Yeah, correlate with the day. So like depending on the day that you're born, you have a corresponding like tonale or a tonal. I do not know mine. I don't know how you figured that out, so I can't answer that. It is something that I'd like to know about myself for sure. And Cihua Mazatl actually does offer that on her webpage. So I check that out if you're interested. But yeah, this beautiful key that's part of the journey, the calendar itself, of all of her beautiful artwork. And again, breaking down these tonales with beautiful descriptions, you know. So, atal, water, and some of those descriptions, and just what am I thinking? Descriptions, but also thoughts of minds to be thinking and taking into account, like when the day happens, when these periods occur, and so forth. So, like atal, water, flow, purification, emotions, adaptability, sustenance, so on and so forth. And then something else, another key, number key. Let's see if this focuses a little bit. Ah, cha cha cha. No, no, no. Is it gonna focus? No, that's okay. That's okay. I'll include clips of this journal in here for y'all. But another key, and also breaking down like the difference between the two calendars, because it is two calendars that coincide with each other in this one journal, which is great and amazing. And sounds a little bit confusing, and it was for me at first, but after just sitting with the journal, the calendar, and like again doing more research just to understand what went into it and like what makes it's clear. And I'm honestly just excited because it came in just in time for the beginning of the new year, which falls on March 12th or March 11th, depending on what correlation you follow. So yeah. And then beautiful, it breaks it down into the seasons. So the first one obviously being spring. So Shoshopan, Chalhuitzalapa, East Orient, yellow, Quetzalco, masculine energy. Okay. And it starts off with a whole bunch of intentional questions regarding spring, which does represent renewal and growth. So, reflection, what are new seeds? You're beginning to sprout. How can I align with my actions and energy of this season? Creativity, which I love because this in and of itself, here, me vlogging, has been one of my biggest creative outlets. So I'm glad to see where that's going to go, as well as with my photography, with my reading, with this here. Um, yeah, and so after each beginning season and excuse me, and the beautiful seasonal intentions, like this page right here, we start off then with that Venita, or the 20-day period cycle. So the first 20-day period cycle, at least according to this vlog, will begin tomorrow, March. Did I say May earlier? March 12th. So here's that first page. And that god Hilistalok, which is the deity or the god of water. And what I love even more about this is that it provides like a background, a little bit of information about Talok and how, indigenous communities, not only just Mexica, Aztec, but even existing indigenous communities now celebrate, this god, and so forth. And then down below is the Venita itself, so the 20-day cyclical calendar period. And then your tonales, again, the animals, the spirits associated with those particular days. And then on the other side, again, another beautiful intentional page of questions of really what you want to focus on in this Vienita, the 20-day period. yeah. And then what is even great about this is that you get into the Shuela Poli, which is the solar calendar, the 365-day one that we're probably all familiar with, by setting intentions. So, like your to do week, what you want to do, goals, so on and so forth, and then the specific days of yeah, the specific days of the week. So, like what area of my life is calling for movement or change, write it down. And I'm certain for me, like I'll definitely be focusing more on being more intentional with the things that I write, trying to stick more towards the spiritual aspect, as this is a spiritually based and enriching journal. So, yeah. And so we get the next week. After that, again, just goals, so on and so forth. Home, work, personal, social. How can I honor this week's trenzas themes? And again, the trenzas or the deities, the animals, the spirits associated to the days of the week, and really what you're feeling yourself of that week. But if we keep going on, oh, and something else is that you also have itonales here with you, in like the actual journal of the Shuila Poli, so the 365-day one. You have them here, so you don't have to flip back and forth. But let me go to the next one. Okay. So the end of the Vientena, which is again the 20-day cyclical periods. So it'll ask you just like a wrap up of like how this Vienita was. What did you release or allowed to cease? Making space for it to come, so on and so forth. And again, really great and intentful questions. Yeah. And then to the next one. So we see after that first 20-day Vientena, that 20-day cycle, you have your next one and the next god associated with it. And again, a little bit of information on them, how they were celebrated, and so forth. And again, more beautiful artwork by Cihua Mazatl herself. Yeah, and I just cannot wait again to, yeah, I cannot wait for this journey of mine. It's something that I've been working towards for a very long time, and I'm excited to do it, but as well to like have y'all to share it with. So have y'all, my friends, my family. Yeah, I'm just excited, and I wanted to share it with y'all. So yeah, definitely look forward to more like updates. I probably won't be updating like every week, as again, this is more of something very sacred, spiritual. As I'm working on this spiritual journey of mine. But I definitely will give like wrap ups maybe here and there of like in this 20-day Vientena, this 20-day, cyclical period. This is how I felt, and this is really what I saw. This is what I focused on, instead of like, really word for word, this is what I was feeling, just a little bit of privacy. Yeah. But yeah, I cannot wait again to start this. And if y'all are at all interested in Cihua Mazatl's work, again, follow her on Instagram. That is Cihua Mazatl, Mazatl. Yeah. So, bye, guys.